Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Ascending Angela. Thanks for joining me again on this video series called Belly Dance for Beginners. So today I want to work on hip slides. So far we've done hip lifts, we've done hip drops, and we've done bumps. Now let's work with a hip slide. And if you haven't already done so, please go back and watch and review my warm-up and proper belly dance technique posture video before you get started with this videos, and please consider doing it before every video that I post up, or do your own kind of warm-up just to get your muscles warm and ready for dance. So with a hip slide, we're going to be sliding back and forth with our hips. We've been going up and we've been going down and we've been going out. And the hip slide is much like the hip hop or the hip bump that I taught in my previous video, but it is less pronounced and it's smoother and it's more of a glide rather than an obvious bump. So with a slide, when I get into proper technique, of course, proper posture, lift those chest muscles out of the way so that you have plenty of room for this to show and to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to be shifting our weight from side to side, from one leg to the other. So just do that right now with me. Don't worry about your hips. Just shift your weight. As you shift to one side, that knee should straighten just a little bit. As you shift to the other side, it straightens out just a little bit as well. So as you're shifting, you can feel your knee straighten out on that one leg where you're putting your weight. And shift to the other side, you'll feel that knee straighten out a little bit too to bear the weight. So you're just shifting gently. I'm not lifting my toes or my heels. Both feet are flat on the ground, and I'm just shifting from side to side like I'm swaying in the wind. Side to side. Side, I'm standing here. Side. And I'm standing on my right foot. And now I'm leaning over to my left. And now I'm leaning over to the right and leaning again to the left. So when you get used to that shifting, that gentle shifting of the weight is all you need to create a proper hip slide. And of course, get those knees down. Zip up that those jeans, bend those knees, and just shift your weight. Shift your weight from side to side. Shift your weight from side to side. Bend in the knees, zip up those jeans, and just shift your weight from leg to leg or foot to foot. A lot of people teach differently, and different words, keywords, will fire in your brain as something that works for you. So just gravitate to the things that I say that work for you. So we're just shifting. We're just shifting our weight, and if you notice, I'm gently sliding from side to side. Now, in order to make this a proper slide, to make a more visible slide, you want to pretend like your hips are sitting on the track of where a train goes. So, a train track. And I'm picturing that I have two big wheels underneath my hips that are gliding along that track. The wheels are gliding on that train track, shifting my weight from foot to foot or leg to leg. And as I'm shifting, I'm envisioning that I have two wheels underneath my hips, and they're gliding and sliding and rolling gently back and forth on that train track. Now, the difference between this move and a hip lift or a hip drop is that whenever you are shifting, some people, my students in the past, for instance, would gently try to pick up or lift their hip. This is not a hip lift. You're going out to the side. So what used to help me when I was a beginner is I would do a hip lift or a hip bump and then use my finger to pull it out like taffy, like a string. And that helped my brain understand, oh, not here, a little further out. So my teacher taught me about the train tracks, about gliding along a track. And that help me with the gliding and the smoothness of the move once I got the hang of it. But if you're having trouble with the hip part, maybe your hip's popping up or maybe you're dropping it down too much, again, get those knees bent, zip up your jeans, lift your chest out of the way, and now everything is free to work and move here freely, right? So you want to shift your weight. Let's try shifting our weight to one side. Okay? And now get your finger and pretend like you're pulling on a string or taffy and glide your hip out a little further. You're not pulling down and you're not lifting up. You're gliding out. Pull it out. Ooh, with that string. Or pull out that piece of taffy. Stretch it out. And my foot is still flat on the ground. Both feet are flat on the ground. And they're both bent. Try the other side. Knees bent, tailbone tucked in, chest lifted, and we're going to shift our weight to one side. Grab your finger and pull that taffy, pull that hip out just a little further. Pull it out. Another way to look at this can be that when you shift out to one side, you kind of do one student had like the idea of an arch, like out and down. And you're not trying to create a purposeful hip drop by going out and down, but the out and down helps your brain understand that your hip needs to go out and not up, or out and not straight down like you would in a drop. So try that. Shift your hip to one side and then try out and down. I don't know if you feel a difference there. I can definitely feel a difference in the out and down as I pull out to the side. Pull out and down. Out and down. Out and down. And out and down. If it helps you to be along the track, let's do that again. Shift your weight. Shift your weight. And the wheels are gently gliding along the track underneath your hips. Glide, 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 glide. The taffy pull, again, bend the knees, zip up the jeans, pick up the girls out of the way, and you are going to pull that taffy out. Pull the taffy out to the side. Don't pull the taffy up, pull her out. Don't pull up on that taffy, pull her out. Don't yank her down, pull her out. No yanking, no pulling, we're going out. Taffy is meant to be pulled and stretched out. Okay? So, when you're in proper posture and you're ready to do your hip slide, it should look something like this. My feet are both flat on the ground. I've got my knees in a pretty good bend position, and I'm not moving my chest or my head. Nothing is moving except for my hips. Again, belly dancing is all about isolation. Taffy pull, stretch that taffy out to the side or out and down if that helps bring your hip down if it's tending to shoot up when you slide. Because a lot of dancers will, when they first attempt the slide, it's not easy. You don't understand how to move your body that way, and the muscles here are not used to moving. So you're going to try to do this, and so just try the out and down. And it's a gentle move, but it is similar to the bump. So if it helps you to bump first. And with the bump, you step out and have a wider stance. The difference here is you're not stepping out with a glide. Your feet are stationary underneath you. So it's just the hip movement, gliding your hips from side to side rather than stepping out with a bump. From the back, again, knees bent, tailbone tucked in, chest lifted up out of the way, and glide, 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 there should be no sharp, like hitting, like whenever we did the bump, or if we did the hip lifts or drops. This is a gentle sliding from side to side. So, slide, slide. Pull that taffy. Pull that taffy. Pull it out to the side. Pull it out. Pull it up. Pull it down. Pull it out. Not up, not down, but out. Pull it out. Or you can envision the two wheels on the track underneath your hips, sliding back and forth. And of course, the ever popular out and down if you're having trouble with your hips trying to go up on you. So out and down, out and down, out and down, out and slightly down, out and slightly down. So, what can you do with this move? You can get into prayer hands again and slide. You can have Egyptian arms and slide. Or different kind of arms. You can play with the arms. You can bring them down. The hip slide is more of an accent than an actual move, from my experience and what I've seen. But you can also walk with it, and if I had the room, I would take off that way walking with it because it's really cool. When you start taking my advanced series, I will show you how to do the sliding Egyptian walk. Well, that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing you. This is a great way to move stuck energy, to get in shape that does not feel like exercise, brings out your feminine side, empowers you as a woman, and helps you build great self-esteem. So I hope to see you in the next video. Comment below if this is helping you or if you have any questions. Also, always don't forget to like and share this video with those who you think might enjoy it, and consider subscribing because we've got a lot of moves to cover. See you then.